This is DJ Moore.
You're fast.
You have good hands.
You're savvy.
You got good body control.
And this is Bijan Robinson.
If it was me, him in the backfield, I'll be something special. Justin's my guy.
There's two of the many players that make Justin Fields' dream football team. Our objective today is to fill the rest of this Madden team full of players that Justin Fields acknowledges or talks about in these videos. If this team fails to achieve a 90 overall, I will be giving away a jersey of any player that you see in this video. I'll make it literally be this person that Justin is talking about right now.
Who's the best player you ever played with?
Bro, I played with some dogs, bro. I don't know. Best player I've ever played with, Chase Young in college. Nobody could stop him in college.
Chase Young?
Yeah, nobody was messing with Chase.
With adding Chase Young to the team, that has just knocked off one of today's many challenges. Add a college teammate. The rest of the list includes adding a Bears teammate, a 2021 draft classmate, a rookie, and our secret challenge, which will be revealed later. But we've still got a long ways to go until then.
How do you prepare for a guy like Myles Garrett?
You know, just see what he does well, and I mean, which is pretty much everything.
Now, Myles Garrett has a plethora of cards, actually, but he does have a 96 overall for 400K, and he does have a 97, but it's literally not on the auction house. Like, I'm scrolling down, and I can't scroll any further. I'm gonna have to settle for this 96 overall Myles Garrett. He obviously got this card from winning Defensive Player of the Year, and there's a possibility that Justin Fields could be in his division next season, but we don't know because Justin Fields still has yet to be traded by the time I'm recording this video. So who knows, maybe he's not gonna land in the same division as Myles Garrett. And we'd continue to add more defensive players.
We know that Green Bay's playing for a lot at stake. They're playing for a playoff spot right now, so it'll be a fun environment to walk into. There's not much to do in Green Bay except watch football, but for us to play in, and you know,
the disrespect. Now, Green Bay does have an insane cornerback that I could add, but stay tuned because I might be able to add him later. But for right now, I'm going to scoop up 91 overall Quay Walker because we are going to need a middle linebacker, but we are going to get a player from Green Bay secondary. Darnell Savage is a really solid player for the Green Bay Packers, and I could have sworn he has a higher overall, but maybe not. I feel like he should have a higher overall, but right now, this 90 overall is going to have to do. And with our defense already coming together, we needed to add some offensive players.
Since you're from the South, did you want to play near your hometown?
Ooh. My dad had season tickets growing up, so I would always go to, games with him, but it would have definitely been like a story. Like even this past year when we played Atlanta, it was just, I just got so many flashbacks just driving around the stadium, tailgating spots me and my dad used to go to when I was a kid. So I was like getting emotional a little bit. I was like, wow, like I didn't think I, could feel like this, but it was awesome going back there, going back home and playing. But it would have definitely been cool to, play for Atlanta, play for the hometown team.
Oh my God. And Devin Hester is definitely one of the players that he grew up watching without a doubt. He does have the Bears card out here, but obviously, if you didn't know, he played for the Falcons. And that was around the time that Justin was obviously growing up. So, gonna scoop up Devin Hester, and he is gonna be our wide receiver 1. But there's an even more iconic player that Justin Fields grew up watching in Atlanta, and that is Tony Gonzalez. Look at that card art, man. He's actually in the Falcons uniform, even though he has Kansas City Chem. 200,000 coins is actually absurd for him. I'm not gonna lie, but it's what I gotta do. It's what I gotta do. But even after adding Devin Hester and Tony Gonzalez, we still haven't completed a challenge in a while. Until this player.
I like Bojack.
Bojack?
Bojack do be putting it on.
He be putting it on.
And even though he just got released from the Bears not too long ago, Justin Fields was referring to Eddie Jackson, former free safety for the Chicago Bears, and I could have sworn he has a higher overall than an 89. Pretty outdated, but there's really nothing I can do at this point. But regardless, that is going to knock off one of our challenges in adding a Chicago Bears teammates. Justin Fields gets Bears O-line grills for Christmas. The ones you cook on, not the ones you wear on your teeth. So I would then spend the next couple minutes searching and picking up every Bears offensive lineman that I could, and eventually adding them all to the team. Hey, we now have a full offensive line. That is sick. And with that, our defense still needed plenty more upgrades, which this next player would help with.
But the Dallas game, when you jumped over, who'd you jump over?
It was Mike Parsons.
Yeah, I blame that on the all-orange uniforms. So I don't think that was your fault. I think you just...
Nah, that was definitely my fault. You just forget the rules on defense when, it switches that fast. But, yeah, I mean, should have just touched my man Micah down. I told him after the game I gave him one, so he's going to have to owe me one in the future. So I need some money, something.
Micah Parsons. Okay, so I am recording this right before Team of the Years come out, and I guarantee that Micah Parsons is going to get a Team of the Year. Now we're going to have to settle for this 93 overall zero chill Micah Parsons, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, this card is still really sick. I'm going to scoop Micah up, and he is going to be our right outside linebacker. And he's also also going to knock off another challenge, as he was in the same draft class as Justin Fields.
That talks a lot about, your support for your teammate and the type of character you have.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, really just to help my boy out, his foundation out. Whenever I got the chance to help, he hit me up. But anytime I get to help my teammates, especially something out with something positive, something he's trying to do for the community, I'm with it. Just knowing Jalen, knowing the kind of guy he is, I'm not gonna say no to coming out here and helping him out. So
Jalen Johnson and Justin Fields. Now, Jalen Johnson is a really solid player, but I have zero clue if EA is gonna respect him and if he's gonna have a high overall card. He has an 84 and he has a 90 overall. Okay, I mean, it could be a lot worse. I mean, that 84 could be his only card, but I guess 90 overall Jalen Johnson isn't the worst, so I'm gonna scoop him up. He's gonna be added to our secondary. But we still needed to complete one more final challenge, which this next video would help us accomplish.
Let's play a quick game. It's called You Be the GM. You're picking first overall.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're not going to trade yourself.
I'm not going to trade myself.
Ironic.
I'm going with my man, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. JSN, one of my favorite players, actually. I think he's going to be really good. He's just buried in a Seahawks wide receiver room that's so loaded. And the only bad thing about him, because he was on CJ Stroud's dream team, is that he only has an 88 overall. That is so nasty, EA. We're going to scoop him up and add him to the squad, but Justin Fields wouldn't stop there.
But we do have, some help that we need in the trenches. So, a lot of people are talking about us taking Jalen Carter or Will Anderson.
Reigning Defensive Rookie of the Year, 96 overall Will Anderson. Fortunately, he did not fall to the Bears in the draft because he did go like 3rd overall. So unfortunately for Justin Fields, the Bears could not get him, but he will be getting him today for his dream team. And then last but not least, he obviously mentioned Jalen Carter, who only has a 93 overall. But there's nothing wrong with this 93 overall Zero Chill card, so we're going to add him to the squad and also complete our final challenge, actually 3 times, and adding a rookie, which will unlock our secret challenge and adding a player who's been traded before. I actually was a Falcons fan growing up, Fields admitted. My dad had season tickets, so I'd always go to the games with him. The 23-year-old Fields revealed that his favorite players were receiver Julio Jones and quarterback Matt Ryan. Unfortunately for Josh and I, Matt Ryan does not have a card, but someone who would. Julio Jones does have cards. He actually has 2 cards. Oh my god, he's 2.2 million coins. Oh my god, am I actually gonna have to do this? 97 overall LTD Julio Jones. Oh my god, am I actually gonna have to spend 2.2 million coins on this card? Okay, man, I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna have to scoop up this Julio Jones, man. I don't usually beg for likes, but like this thing right here, you are gonna have to like it because I'm broke now. I am literally broke.
Who's the biggest trash talker you ever played against?
Oh,
Jair is the biggest trash talker, or Christian Wilkins. But Christian is like, I know Christian because we have the same agency, so Christian's just gonna talk and just try to be annoying, But like Christian, you just gotta laugh at.
Jair Alexander, let's see, he has a 95 and a 96 overall. Okay, but that's a wide receiver card that I don't need. Does he not have a 96 overall cornerback card? That's just not a thing. But he does have this 95 overall Redux card, and that card is filthy. So we're gonna scoop him up because we do need some cornerbacks. Christian Wilkins literally has no cards on the auction house. But Justin did mention how Calais Campbell was a really big trash talker.
Calais Campbell was trying to talk trash to me, and no disrespect to him, but he's a terrible trash talker.
I really have no choice but to scoop up his 80 overall version, which isn't really that much of a drop off because Christian Wilkins' card we were gonna add was an 85 overall because he literally has no other cards in this game, which is absurd. But I guess, Calais Campbell, that's not gonna hurt us.
What do you think about Atlanta? Like, you like Atlanta?
Atlanta would be tough. I think they got a lot of playmakers on the team. Of course, Bijan.
Dang.
They got my boy Kyle.
Name dropping Bijan in pits like it's nothing. Now, Bijan only has a 92 overall, which I guess isn't the end of the world. I mean, it's a pretty solid AKA card. So I guess we're gonna have to scoop him up. He's gonna be our RB1. But Kyle Pitts, on the other hand, is going to have a 97 overall card. Genki Force promo went crazy, and Kyle Pitts was one of those players that got a massive upgrade for 665,000 coins. We're gonna get a 97 speed tight end.
You happy with with where you guys are at right now?
I think we're in a good spot right now. That energy is contagion. That's one thing I think the defense does well is like every little thing that they do. You know, DBs are always hyping stuff up. They're always doing so it's like, and that just like gets the whole defense going. So
okay, so we only need 2 more players to fill out and round out this defense, and one of them is an empty middle linebacker spot. So why not get 96 overall Tremaine Edmonds? I didn't even realize he had a 96 overall card, but I mean, this anime promo is actually like working out big time for us. And we need a slot cornerback, so why not try to get Jaquan Brisker? He only has an 82 overall, but I mean, he's due for such a big time card, so it sucks that he's not gonna have a big time card in this video, but he's such a good player, so we gotta add him.
Talk about the connection over these, especially over these last 2 weeks. It's been incredible. It's a perfect quarterback rating. I don't know if you knew that, which is incredible. Talk about that relationship. Why are you guys hitting the ground running right now?
I mean, yeah, DJ's awesome. You can kind of tell. I mean, when you throw to him, the first day he got there, you could just tell he was different.
I mean, no matter who DJ Moore has at quarterback, he is going to ball regardless. So let's scoop up this 94 overall version of DJ Moore and get him on the squad, because he would complete our final challenge in adding a player who has been traded, because that's how we ended up in Chicago in the first place. And just like that, the entire offense was full except for one position, the most important position.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, I also saw just breaking news like an hour ago. You got his phone number. Is that, are you gonna prank call him? What are we doing with?
Nah, I'm not gonna prank call him. You know, just I really look up to him as a quarterback, him as a person, how he carries himself. You know, of course there's a lot of rumors like how he treats his teammates and stuff like that. But me getting to talk to Luke, who was in Green Bay for a period of time, and kind of knowing how he was, you know, behind closed doors and stuff like that, just wanted to talk to him and, you know, kind of get his take on, you know, some things.
This is probably gonna be the most anticlimactic add to the team, because he only has an 88 overall. I don't know how he still only has an 88 overall version. I mean, I guess it's because he got hurt, but my wallet is happy. I'm going to stay over at 1 million coins, so that's fine with me. And we're going to add our quarterback, finally. And we just make above a 90 overall. Let's go. I was getting scared there, especially with a low overall quarterback at the very end. That could have ended very badly for me. Thankfully, we complete the overall challenge as well, and this is the squad. Defense is honestly really solid, too. I like how this team came out. That's going to do it for the team building portion. If you want to see me play with this team, just check out my second channel right here. Watch me play with Justin Fields' dream team right here.